Hey, good morning. We're back. Marcia and I on What's Happening. We had a little break the weekend, but it's good to be back together with you guys on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. Be a great Monday if we didn't have a coronavirus. But anyway, it is what it is, and here we go. Ready to start a new week, right, Marcia?
Absolutely. It's good to be in from outside. It's going to be a hot
Is it?
one. Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's all right. They did say perhaps, possibly would impede the spread of the virus. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll find out. Let's hope so. One of the blessings being Florida. So how was your weekend?
It was good. It was very good.
What you do? Anything?
I did take my husband out for a little bit.
Okay.
You know, we just went to Lowe's just to pick up filters for the air conditioning. Important.
What
Keep the air
necessary?
clean.
Okay.
Then we went through a drive-through car wash, just to get the car washed. And then I had called in lunch to a new restaurant that had just opened up. Unfortunately, bad timing for them, but wanted to support them and got takeout. Mexican, delicious.
Mexican, up in Ocala area.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Wow. Well, good for you. That's an exciting day, going to Lowe's and getting your car washed. Whoa, huh? That's a lot of fun.
You know, Tom had been out 2 weeks, so he was
right?
real excited.
He wasn't outside, really?
No, he hadn't been out of the house in 2 weeks, other than to the mailbox.
Wow.
That's it. He can't go to breakfast with his buddies now every week.
But just to go outside and walk and see some
Well, yeah, but he doesn't really do
Whoa. You know, believe it or not, I had a very good weekend.
that. Did you?
Better than I thought.
Okay.
Don't take it wrong, but I didn't miss not having Mass. Well, I missed people, but it was, you know, I never realized my own stress that I feel on the weekend, you know, because it becomes normal for me, and, you know, worry about, it starts really kicking in sometimes Thursday evening or Friday afternoon evening, think about the homily, and I get myself, ooh, that's Saturday wound up, usually working on Saturday morning still. Yeah, I don't like to have it done. It's always in a process.
Sure.
Something about it. When you get it done, it gets stale. So I always keep looking, tweaking, working on it. And even though I start sometimes a week or 2 weeks before, but it's always in process. So anyway, Saturday I'm trying to, you know, and sometimes you just can't find that one thing you want to do in the homily. You know, there's something wrong and it bothers you, drives you crazy. But anyway, so I didn't have that pressure. And it was sort of nice because it's, you know, Saturday confession, masses, and whatever. So it felt like finally I experienced the way, you know, we call it Sabbath rest on a Sunday. It felt, you know, and the logic and the sense of it that God asks of us to do that, really, to make Sunday a day of rest. And I purposely didn't work in the office. I said, you know, I thought, well, I'll do it. I said, no, it's really, you know, really rest from that. So I get up, you know, did my prayers, said Mass. And then went for a nice walk in Lake William around the park.
Oh, nice.
Sunday morning was beautiful, you know, just quiet, and listened to some things. And then I went, got the dogs, and I sat outside the office, put a chair out, the dogs on the grass, and read. I know, just quiet. Went to see Father P.J. O'Doherty, and later in the evening, which was really a peaceful, quiet day. And the whole place was peaceful and quiet. I mean, the whole area, you know.
Yes.
I did go to get my Impossible Whopper.
Oh,
You know, which is that vegetarian thing from
right.
Burger King. Give a little shout out for Burger King. Anyway, so that was my little treat. Actually, wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. My mind, you know,
Yeah.
it was all right. But, you know, build it up, and is that all it is? Sort of like life itself, right? Buildings up. Is that all it is? But anyway, and just remind us really, how do we really take Sunday as a day of rest? You know, it's really for our mental well-being. Physical rest, and really, I know you know, it's tough to do that, but you know, I was tempted to go to Publix and run and get something. I said, no, don't go shopping. In the past, I have. Or maybe run and get this, get that.
Father, you have an ant crawling up your sleeve. I didn't want you. He just
That's
okay.
all
Just
right.
didn't want him to
That's
bite
all right.
you.
That's all right. He's not. We're buddies, right? Anyway, really think about the Sabbath rest. You really should take a break. I know a lot of our listeners are retirees, so every day may feel like the Sabbath rest. I mean, but then if so, just be careful. Because on one day may seem like every other day, and you think, well, you know, Saturday, Sunday, and it's more than simply going to Sunday Mass, Sabbath rest. It should be more than that. So see if you do your shopping or other stuff the other days. You really can. You'd be surprised, you know, just let your body rest, your mind rest, and come back fresh. And at least I learned that. So anyway, I don't want to say I did this Mass, but it was a different feeling. First time being at church and not saying Mass, you know.
Sure.
You know, go home for vacation, that's different. But this was a different feel. So I did enjoy it. I don't know how long I'll keep enjoying it. And they get a little, you know, all right, and get back into the saddle and let's get going again.
Right.
Especially now as we come to these high holy days.
Yes.
This Sunday, Palm Sunday, right? And then after that, Easter's going to be here before we know it.
It is. And one of the questions we did get, actually the only question,
right,
was how are we going to handle confession for Easter?
We're not.
Okay.
I mean, you can't do the impossible.
Right.
Simply this, you know, people ask that question, and I was always, really, don't, you know, Bishop explain, it's simply this, you can't go, you can't go. So what you do is you make a good act of contrition, tell God you're sorry, the good Lord understands, and then when you have the opportunity, then you go to confession. Then you go to confession when you have the opportunity to go.
Right.
So whenever this, you know, comes to an end and we're back to normal confession, then you go to confession then.
Right.
That's all. I wouldn't worry about it. You know, just, oh God, you're sorry. And know that even though confession is the norm for us to be forgiven, we don't say that's the only way God forgives.
Right.
All right? Remember that. That's the norm for us. That's the daily practice. But when you can't, God knows your heart, God knows your soul, what you're thinking. If you're sorry, it's, well, at least they're thinking, I appreciate them, concerned about their spiritual health, I appreciate that. Don't want to get too anxious, right? You can't do what you can't do.
Right.
So, hey, we had the rosary outside today.
Yes, we did. And it was warm. I'm thinking that, as we continue to do things outside, maybe you need to get some sunblock.
Me? Yeah. Unfortunately, the sun doesn't really bother me.
Really?
Yeah, I was out there, didn't really,
Okay.
it didn't bother me, but sunblock wouldn't be a bad idea. Heck, then you see people like Dottie on the hot sun.
Yeah, we're still on, but
good. There's a little background music.
Yeah, fortunately, I did have it set on Do Not Disturb, and I'm not sure why the call came through, but...
All right. So you like country music, do you?
I like that, and I also like 88.3.
88.3.
I like their music. It's, it's really soothing when you're coming to work and you're going to start a day to just reflect and everything. Because some of country music is not exactly what I want to listen to sometimes. There are some beautiful songs and some not so much.
I never listen to country. I mean, I never go, where's the country music station? I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, that particular song that came on is about going home.
Going home? All right.
And so that's usually my wake-up song when I travel. So I just want to go home.
And they say it's best to wake up to music, by the way.
Yes, that's what I understand,
Right?
instead of that E.
Yeah, no, yeah. So if you can, it's something soothing or less jolting or jolt to the body. So if you can wake up to music. Mine has a little alarm, so it's like a little tune they play, but it's not, a little singing like that. So, but actually, I don't use my alarm anymore.
You don't?
I wake up when I wake up.
Oh, well, there you go.
At this point,
Yeah.
and I guess because of the time change, it's darker longer, so my body probably still adjusting to that, the change of time, I think. So.
Right.
The problem is I wake up in the middle of the night, and then last night began reading again. And then I can't, so I sleep a little bit later. But they had a little New York Post had a little piece about Father Rutledge in New York City, in his church there. So I was surprised, column about the priest, his church is open for prayer, he said. No mass, but they can go inside and pray, so he's there serving the people. And, so it was nice to read. And then, I don't know if you noticed, I think Saturday, in the New York Post, the Caller Drive-In Theater had an article.
I did see that.
I was stunned.
Yeah.
I'm from New York, so I read the Post every day.
Right.
Not the greatest paper, but they have a good sports section, at least for all the New York teams. And there's some columns I like, and I read it quite a few couple times a day. Some thumbing, for some reason, let me look at the living section. I don't know why, I don't normally go there. and it says drive-ins, I think, making a comeback.
In Florida.
Yeah, and I don't think it said Florida. I think drive-ins are making a comeback. I'm not sure they said, maybe it did, but anyway.
Yeah.
And look at the picture. I said, gee, you know, that looks
That looks
awful.
familiar.
That looks like the one in Ocala. That can't be, you know?
Yeah.
I read the article, sure enough,
Yeah.
it's him. It's a drive-in theater. Oh, I was like, I couldn't. So I called him yesterday. Good old John the owner. I said, John, you made the big time. You're in New York City papers. He said, oh yeah, it was a call interview.
Oh, okay.
A couple of times. Yeah, they called me a couple of times, and so I was pleased for him, you know, that he got a little, man, New York Post, that's pretty good.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's, you know, especially, I was just there he is, my friend John, and he said, you know, when things get back to normal, he said maybe we could do something for the church, you know, do some sort of drive-in theater, St. Teresa night or something. And,
Oh, I think that'd be
when
fun.
it gets dark out again, because
Yeah.
right now it starts too late, but it's
Right.
7 o'clock.
Right.
So I said, yeah, I think we could fill him up, get a nice religious movie or something like that. So we'll work something out maybe for the anniversary year,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So we'll do something like that. But it was pleasant. He was happy, and you know, funny. Even talking to him, even though we didn't have, met a few times, felt very comfortable. Very
Sure.
comfortable.
He seemed like he was a very nice guy.
Yeah, he was talking to me as if we were old buddies from way back when, you know.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, Ocala made it a drive-in theater. So I hope it helps his business. He said it's booming, by the way.
I'll bet it
He
is.
said doing well. It's like every night's like the weekend. He said
Uh-huh.
people come because people are tired sitting in the house.
Sure.
Sit in the house, in the car, it's the same thing.
Right,
It makes
right.
sense. Makes sense. So
You can
anyway,
go see the movies and take your own popcorn, and
well, they have concessions, he says.
they do, but,
There's a you can walk up or they could deliver it to you, he said, go into your car.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So God bless him, and as I said, he was very good to us. But
Yes, he
it wasn't
was.
Steve, so anyway, anything online today for you?
Well, I just want to mention
Go right
about
ahead.
an important date yesterday. Yesterday was declared Welcome Home Day for the Vietnam veterans. So,
Vietnam, that's...
yes.
Oh.
So for our veterans, all of our veterans, we always say thank you.
Amen.
But for the Vietnam vets, we want to say welcome home because they did not get,
Oh,
you
man.
know, all of the yellow ribbons or
Little
anything
ribbons.
else.
Oh, that's the understatement.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
terrible how they were
so-
treated.
Yeah, and I know it meant a lot to Tom to hear that. He served 2 tours in Vietnam
Wow.
and told me when he came home he got spit on in the airport.
That's insane.
Yeah, and you know,
Yeah, these
yesterday
guys.
when we were out, somebody saw his hat and thanked him for his service, and that was nice.
Yeah, as if these soldiers, you know, oh yeah, I want to go. I mean, they answered the call of duty. They
Right.
thought that was their responsibility as an American. You know, that they got caught in the web with the government. It's not their fault. They risked their lives. It's terrible. I think about the only war that was treated that way when they came back, the soldiers. I think every other, you know, no one was treated like that. I don't believe. I never heard like that, but
Yeah.
man. And now, luckily today, we do have a high regard for our soldiers, our veterans. Things have changed. But those poor people, you know, who served in Vietnam, away from there, what they went through. You know, it sounds kind of strange, but I didn't ever get drafted, but I kind of wish I went to Vietnam.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what, you know, it's like I'd like to know what it was, you know, been through that experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it was easy or fun.
Yeah.
I know it's treacherous.
Right.
It's just to experience something that's really challenging. You know, to have that experience, it's something else, huh?
I'm sure it was. He doesn't talk a whole lot about it, so I get bits and pieces here.
Yeah.
And we lived up in Northern Virginia for several years before he would even go to the wall.
Wow. Maybe, but thank God I didn't get that because who knows what would have happened to me, right?
Right.
But anyway, so God bless all of our veterans, especially those who served in Vietnam.
Yes,
Amen.
absolutely.
So anyway, I think we head over to the soup kitchen.
And I'm headed back to the office and get things set up. We have some things coming out, but you'll see
When it happens.
when it happens, exactly.
Good.
I do like the painting that Alice had started.
Is that right?
The
Good.
colored blocks, those
Yeah.
are kind of fun outside
Yeah.
the classrooms, and we'll make sure we get a picture of that later when it's done,
Yeah.
and you can see it. And
I had to get a picture of St. Martin de Porres in the church now. We'll talk about that tomorrow. How's
yes,
that?
absolutely.
Okay? All right, guys. You may be home, stuck in your house, but we got some things to do and want to keep busy, so bless you all, keep you safe. May mighty God bless you with loving hands, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.